gentlemen, welcome to Hockey Night in Vermont, presented by Memory to Video Productions, a special matinee edition. We are streaming live today from the Choukas Ice Arena, a huge rivalry game between the Vermont Academy Wildcats and the Kimball Union Wildcats. All of today's action is brought to you by Wooter Apparel, the leading provider of team uniforms of all varieties of sports. Check out wooterapparel.com for more information. I am Mike Maiscalco. I'll be calling all of your live action today, and this is a big one. It is a Lakes Region matchup between Vermont and Kimball Union. Both teams are the Wildcats, so we'll try to stay away from using that terminology too much today. Vermont Academy comes into the game 8-4-2. Kimball Union comes into the matchup 12-3-1, ranked in the top 5 in New England as of the last release of the polls on Tuesday. Kimball Union may be the toughest opponent that Vermont Academy will face all season. They faced off against them earlier in December at the Philip Exeter Showcase at the Philip Exeter School, and they came away from that one with a 3-2 victory. So they're looking for a similar result today. In talking to Coach Davidson and Coach Travis Army, they have reiterated to these guys that this is a very tough opponent. They've got to play better than they have in the last few games, as Vermont Academy started off red hot and cooled off a bit. Their last game was a 2-0 defeat where they were shut out by the Berwick Bulldogs. It was a non-conference game, but still an important one nonetheless. So Vermont, with the home ice advantage, they want to get off to a fast start. Today in goal for Vermont Academy, we've got the junior from Acton, Mass, Dylan Regan. This will be his 8th start of the season, second one in a row, and that 2-0 loss, he stopped 36 of the 38 shots sent his way, so he certainly did his job. On the other end, for Kimball Union, we've got Sean Dynan, the senior from Reading, Massachusetts, who will be starting today as he splits time with Hugo Turcotte normally, the other senior from Canaan, New Hampshire. A lineup change for Vermont Academy that could play into this matchup is the fact that senior Calvin Moyes, who is second on the team in scoring in goals with 8, is out with an illness. He is sick today, did not look like he was dressed, nor did he participate in the warm-ups, so that could certainly affect the lineups today. We'll see what Coach Davidson does to counteract that, as that is a big part of their offense. Calvin Moyes, in their last victory over North Yarmouth, was the one who kind of got that going. 8 goals and 9 assists for the senior from Quebec. So we'll see who is next man up and who will step up into the rotation. Vermont Academy will start with Robbie Ferreira from Salem, 9 goals, 6 assists on the season. He'll be joined on the wing by John Peloso and Nathan Smith. On D, we've got the senior Blake McDonald, as well as senior Kevin Quirk, who we noted scored 2 goals a couple games ago, his first 2 of the season. One was an empty netter. As we'll get things underway here momentarily. Again, Kimball Union, a very tough team, led by Captain Thomas Samuelson from Williston, Vermont. Everybody's getting fired up here as both teams are in orange and white. Both teams are the Wildcats, and this rivalry game is underway. Face-off controlled by Kimball Union. They look to start to work it ahead as it's kicked around at neutral ice by Armstrong. Armstrong, the team's leading scorer from Alexandria, Virginia, the senior. Battling up against the boards.
Watch the lean. Watch the lean.
As that one pops up and into neutral ice, Robbie Ferreira chasing down Harris. Harris able to get it. A nice touch pass by Samuelson. That one backhanded goes just wide, as that was Kyle Penny taking the shot. Bryce Dolan dumps it in. Samuelson behind the net, loses control of that one. Vermont Academy is going to try to start the break. Robbie Ferreira plays it off his stick. That one pops up, gets a hand on it. As we'll get a line change here, Yane Gias in and chasing. Kimball Union dumps it in on Regan, who takes the glove save and covers that one up. 16:56 remaining in the first as we're early in this one. We'll get a face-off between Condub and Merritt. Merritt, a junior from Nova Scotia. Many kids from Nova Scotia on this Kimball Union squad. He is one of them. That one sent in. Regan able to see it through the screen and get a handle on that one. Face off again down in the defensive zone of Vermont Academy. Condub comes away with that one and starts the break. He's got Gias with him as well as Metsole, Rashovsky, and Gerard. That one fired on net by Metsole. The save from Dynan. So this is an interesting lineup for Vermont Academy. Right now they only have 2 forwards and 3 defensemen out there, as they'll change over and get Cipriano and McDonald out there. Quirk coming back on as well. Kimball Union looks to get it ahead. That one taken by McDonald, who whiffs a little bit on it, trying to send it off the boards, but Kimball, heading back for line shift change, was unaffected. This one's sent up to Heppensteel, who's laid out. Heppensteel takes the big hit as he's back up. Krasnow battling for it, as is Cipriano. Quirk's going to chase that one down behind his own net. Quirk sends it up to Heppensteel, who takes another hit up against the boards. That one not nearly as big as the first one. 15:30 and counting. McDonald up to Heppensteel. Heppensteel unable to advance it. Cipriano chases that one, as does Krasnow. So the Connecticut line is out there. Cipriano, Krasnow, and Heppensteel, as we'll get a whistle on the icing call. That was an interesting lineup for a moment there for Vermont Academy, as the second line, which is normally Condub, Rashovsky, and Moyes, along with Metsole and Gias, with Moyes out due to an illness, they had Gerard in his place. So at one point they had a center, a wing, and 3 defensemen out there. We'll get ready for this face-off down in the defensive end. That one taken by Tardif for Kimball Union, as Peloso and Smith now working it over. That's Smith who got slid into and the puck taken away. Peloso and Smith forechecking a bit. That one kicked off the skate of Ferreira into the goalie Dynan, who decides to go ahead and cover that one up, the Reading, Mass native, who's been quite solid so far this season. Kimball Union, we mentioned they're 12-3-1. And one of those 3 losses was earlier in the season to Vermont Academy. Rashovsky taking this face-off with Gias and Condub, Metsole and Gerard. So Gias seems to be moving up to the wing position to try to compensate for Moyes being out. You can see Yone forechecking a bit there. This one comes up, the break started by Kimball Union. Armstrong flying around behind the net, keeps that one, centers it, saved by Regan. Rebound still live. Regan able to jump on that one. Kyle Penny with the initial shot. Regan made a nice save on that one. It was followed up by Samuelson, but Regan able to locate the puck, get the whistle with 14:24 remaining in the first. We're tied up at 0-0 here on the campus of Vermont Academy. The Chouk, as the students refer to it. Kevin Quirk plays it off his skate behind his own net, gets it over to McDonald. That one's intercepted. Kimball Union looking for the centering pass to Penny, or Samuelson rather, but it wasn't there. At center ice, Dolan chases it down, tries to chop it forward, unable to do so, as Heppensteel able to get a piece of it. Cipriano and Krasnow in chase, as Jordan Harris, the Haverhill, Mass native, tries to send it forward to Samuelson. Samuelson turns it over. It's kept in the zone. Nice job by Blake McDonald. Held on to that one right before it went out. Would have gotten a quick offsides if he hadn't. As Samuelson starts the break, fires that one. Regan may have got a piece of it before it went wide. Dolan handling it, trying to center it. That one picked off by Gerard. Carl-Antoine Gerard, the Quebec native. That one off the steal of Robbie Ferreira. He's got to hold up. Waiting for everybody to get back so they don't get that offsides call. Now chased down in the corner by Armstrong for Kimball Union. As we've had a back and forth game so far in the early going. Metsole goes behind his own net, tries to send it ahead, and does hit the stick of Robbie Ferreira, who dumps that one in with Smith in chase. Got hung up on the back of the net a bit, and Dynan decides to cover that one up with the stick hand. So we'll get a face-off down in the defensive zone of Kimball Union. 12:40 remaining in the first. Still 0-0. As neither team has been able to differentiate themselves just yet. Ferreira was going up against Bennett. Bennett will shift out, as that one was taken by Dore instead. Intercepted by Peloso. Gets it over to Ferreira. Ferreira sends that one, and it just missed from this angle. Looked like that one was going to hit top shelf. Went wide, bounced off the boards. Quirk chases that one down, goes behind his own net, starts the break, decides to retreat back, and now sends it forward to Smith. Smith loses the handle on it. Peloso's there to grab it. Peloso brings it forward as Kondub and Rashofsky check onto the ice. This one now coming down the other way. Matt Egan fires that one. Dylan Regan with the save on Matt Egan. Kondub lays in the hit against the boards as they're scrapping for it. Sticks and skates all over the place. We'll see who comes away with that one. A little bit of a shove there. Let's see if we're going to get a call or not on that one. We're going to face off down in the defensive zone here. It was a little bit of a shove. Thought the officials might whistle that one. They did not. We're still 5-on-5. As Kondub looks to get things moved forward. He's got support on both wings. Tries to fling that one forward as Gias was looking for it. It went off the mask of Klarner. Gets it ahead. Knocked away by McDonald. Nice heads-up play by McDonald to get back on Zach Whitehead and make sure they didn't get a fast break on that one. McDonald will send that one back down along the boards. Kimball Union there to take over as Tardif starts the break. McDonald sends it back down. Rashofsky dumps it in. Gets hit up against the boards and now starts to head back to the bench as Cipriano, Krasnow, and Heppensteel head onto the ice for the Connecticut line. Quirk behind the net, takes the hit, gets the puck out. That one fired on Regan, locates it, almost gave up the rebound, keeps the glove over the top of it with 10:42 remaining in the first, still 0-0. So I mentioned the name Zach Whitehead. He's a sophomore from Meriden, New Hampshire. He is the son of the coach, Tim Whitehead. We'll get into a little more about Tim's background, which is quite impressive, a little later on in the broadcast here. As again, Dore goes off the face-off. And Ferreira tries to take that one, sends it behind his own net. It'll be chased down by Peloso, who takes the shot. You can hear the boards rattle on that one. Kimball Union doing a good job trying to get something going. Regan was about ready to cover it up, but Ferreira was able to tip it away and keep play moving. Handled by Dolan. Sent over to Robbie Ferreira. Ferreira looking for some options. He had Peloso and Smith down in support as we are just about at the halfway mark. That one sent in wide by Harris. As Kimball Union retreats to center ice as they complete their line shift change. Samuelson now in there. He's a key guy for Kimball Union. A little bit of back and forth. That one sent almost into the rafters, but lands in play. Doesn't hit anything. And we continue. Samuelson brings it up. Tries to center it, just nearly missed it. The puck is still alive. Samuelson was looking for the pass to Penny, and he almost got it. If he did that, there was very little Regan could have done to try to stop that one. Vermont Academy fortunate to be able to break that one up as they're scrambling up along the boards. Condub trying to get over to that one as Felton came away with it. Felton's going to play it, tried to play it behind the net, lost the handle of it. And Vermont Academy will take possession and start the break. Condub flying up. He doesn't have numbers. It's a 1-on-3. He's wiped out. Kimball Union's going to bring it back up. Armstrong, Nick Armstrong. Tries to send that one in. Unable to do so. He had Logan Cash floating around the center. As that one whistles up and in, Coach Whitehead says no change. So Coach Tim Whitehead for Kimball Union, a lot of NCAA experience as the coach of Maine, University of Maine for about 12 years, and UMass Lowell for 5 years. He's been to the Frozen Four multiple times. That one, Regan with the nice save, gets the pad on it. But the rebound comes out. Regan's got to locate that one on the screen. He does get a piece of it. He's got to get back up to his feet and does so as Kimball Union continues to control possession here as they start to work the zone. Sends it over to Newhook. Newhook sends it in for Bennett. Now turned over. Cipriano plays it off his skate. Looking for the ice call, and they get it. We've got 8 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first. It is still a 0-0 tie in this big rivalry matchup. These are two teams who are very familiar with each other. Expect it to be a tough game, and it has been for the first part of this first period. We get ready for the face-off. Condub taking it. As we'll get another rotation out for Kimball Union. As that was Stadheim, who backed out of that one. Kimball Union looking to get something going. The centering pass, that one put into the chest. A nice save by Regan. We see Sullivan Mack out there. He scored 2 goals in the first matchup, a 3-2 game which Vermont Academy won. The Anchorage, Alaska native put both of those away. That was Seth Stadheim on the face-off. Came away with that one, but now Metsole tries to control it up the boards. He's scrapping for it, unable to come away with it. As Vermont Academy starts the break, here comes Peloso. Peloso sends it in. He's got Metsole and Ferreira with him. Smith now getting in on the action, as Vermont looks as they were unable to get something out of that opportunity. Kimball Union, Stadheim brings it up, dumps it down into the corner. He's got Whitehead with him. That one from deep. Ferreira gets a stick on it as Bryce Dolan tried to send that one in. Ferreira picked it off. That one now leaves the zone, and then it's taken by Smith. Smith with a nifty move up against the boards, tries to keep that one alive. 2 Kimball Union players wipe each other out. as Gius and Condop still continue to try to pressure. Quirk, the big defenseman, back with McDonald, trying to squash this effort. That one fired from the point by Harris. Regan gets a piece of it. Still down behind the net, hacking and chopping at it. Regan takes a swipe at it with his own stick as Condop is still unable to get it out. That one almost floated by the center, tipped away by Vermont Academy, and everybody goes chasing as Dolan retreats. Dolan probably trying to send it up to Samuelson. He does so. Samuelson starts the break with Kyle Penny chasing up against the boards. McDonald able to take that one and send it out. McDonald looking to clear it. Thought he got it out the last time and didn't. As Gerard sends it up and over to Rashofsky. You're going to get an offsides there as that one went back and forth briefly. We'll get Ben Tardif, the junior from Concord, New Hampshire, on that face-off against Krasnow. Kimball Union comes away with it. That one fired, saved. The glove of Regan, as he's been tested many more times here than Sean Dynan down at the other end. Regan getting accustomed to facing between 35 and 40 shots a game. As the face-off taken by Krasnow, the Guilford, Connecticut junior, fighting up against the boards behind the net. Vermont Academy comes away with it as it looks like Metsole sends it up, tries to catch Heppensteel. Heppensteel loses track of it, turns that one over. Kimball Union starts the break, tries to center that one, unable to do so, as Cipriano doesn't have the numbers but keeps battling down in the corner. That one taken by Heppensteel. Cipriano, nice job getting back over to avoid the offsides as he'll go to the bench and check off. Vermont Academy sending out a new wave of guys, including Peloso. That one off the pads of Regan, didn't trouble him. Peloso brings it up, got almost a one-on-one opportunity with Newhook, brings it behind the net, tries to center it, nobody there, not exactly sure who he was looking for there, maybe Kevin Quirk, as he turns that one over, as Merritt, battling for it, sends it over to Noel. Noel falling with the fadeaway shot as he hits the deck. Now battling up against the boards, Peloso has Smith with him. Smith's got to go and get his stick, able to do so. Sends that one in, just misses Ferreira, who almost had an opportunity as Gius and Gerard go back to chase that one. The hit up against the boards. Gius sends it to Ferreira, who tries to get it to Smith. Smith trips over his own skate, loses track of that one, and it's fired up and into the netting. We'll get a whistle with 3 minutes and 54 remaining in this first period as Kimball Union starting to assert themselves a little more offensively. Regan's had a little bit of a workout in this first period compared to Dynan down at the other end. Both goalies wearing number 1. Kimball Union takes that face off and controls it as Stadheim up against the boards tries to get it out to Egan. He's got Stadheim in the middle, misses him. And Vermont Academy will take that one and clear it out. And now Chase. Yane Gius gets a skate on it and runs into Egan, who laid him out. Yane Gius almost loses his helmet. That one popped up and off the pad. Coach Davidson looking for the call, as he caught that one right in the face, almost knocked his helmet off. Coach is looking for the call. He's not going to get it. The official coming over and talking to him, looking for an explanation. As official Streeter says no call, let's keep it going. We've got the face-off down in the defensive end of Vermont Academy. Quirk Gets it up to Heppensteel, who's unable to clear it. As Samuelson scrapping for it up against the boards along with Harris trying to keep it in. They were able to do so far, and out it pops. Cipriano spins around, hits the deck. Kimball Union brings it back down. Quirk's gonna play it behind his own net. He's down there. Looking for the trip was Kimball Union. They're not gonna get it. Cipriano tries to get that one ahead, unable to do so, turns it over to Armstrong. Armstrong chases it down in the corner with Thomas Samuelson in support of him. Kyle Penny out there as well. Those three guys can all score. Tries to center it, doesn't make solid contact with it as Samuelson was looking to try to get the shot off. As time continues to tick down, we're almost at the 2-minute mark here in the first. Jordan Harris doesn't have to chase this one down as we'll get the ice. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first. We're gonna get a face-off down at the far end. As Coach Davidson encouraging his guys to pick up the pace, he yells, "Work for it," from the bench, as Cipriano, Krasnow, and Heppensteel are still out there. Due to the long icing call. Up against the boards, you get a quick whistle. That one popped up and out of play briefly. As we'll get Drew Bennett, the Newfoundland native. I mentioned previously many players from Nova Scotia and Newfoundland for Kimball Union. Regan locates that one, hooks it in with the stick and takes the cover. He'll get the whistle with 2:02 remaining. So we've had several stoppages in the last couple minutes. Mentioned Coach Tim Whitehead for Kimball Union. 326 NCAA wins in his career, 266 losses, 65 ties. There's quite a pedigree there for a coach. As you would expect for a top-notch program like Kimball Union. That one's sent on goal, never made its way to Regan. As Gerard and Metsole battling for it in the corner, get it up to Ferreira. Ferreira now starting to look the break. This will be the first opportunity Vermont Academy's had in the last minute and a half or so, as Peloso is now chasing it down. Peloso sends it up to Ferreira, who was calling for it. Ferreira unable to advance it. Metsole, the Finn, drags it back, sends it up, off the stick of Smith. Ricky Smith chasing. Smith takes a chop at it. That one's dumped down and in, and handled behind the goal by McDonald. Smith up against the boards along with Ferreira. Ferreira's going to come away with it. He's going to have Harris pressuring him. Harris is going to come away with this one. Nice job by Harris on the defensive positioning to get in front of that one and stop Ferreira, who's gassed from getting a break. Ferreira heads to the bench. Looked like Harris was going to have an opportunity at the other end, the defenseman, with a swing and a miss on that one. That one's centered. Egan tries to send it in, doesn't make its way to the net. We are well under a minute, almost 30 seconds remaining here in the first. As Harris sends it over to Dolan, back up to Harris. He's got Stadheim going towards the net, fires that one wide. Whitehead's out there as well. Strapping up against the boards, Vermont Academy banging their sticks, trying to rally their guys for the last few seconds of this period. As it looks like they'll be content to just kind of kill that one and send it up. And that is going to be the end of the first with a 0-0 tie. We expected a tough matchup throughout, and it has delivered as promised so far. Superb goal play by Dylan Regan for Vermont Academy. Sean Dynan down at the other end also pitching a shutout, has not faced quite the volume of shots. So we will be back live shortly here to the Choukas Ice Arena. A quick reminder that all of today's streaming action is brought to you by Wooter Apparel, the leading provider of fully customizable team uniforms and apparel. You can visit wooterapparel.com for more information. We'll return in a few moments with a game summary and the start of the second period. So 0-0 here, Vermont Academy and Kimball Union. We'll be back. Welcome back to Saxtons River, Vermont, the campus of Vermont Academy, as we check out our MVP game summary. Missing Moise is a big hit for this Vermont Academy team. As you can tell, offensively, nothing going so far for Vermont Academy, as he has an illness. Calvin Moise, a big spark on this team, out for the day. The second key point is the goaltending in this matchup on both sides. Both teams pitching a shutout. Dylan Regan has taken more shots than Sean Dynan, but both goalies doing a great job here so far early on in this one. So we're getting ready to start the second period here briefly, as we'll get ready for the opening face-off here from Vermont Academy in this matchup where both teams are fired up for this rivalry game, and we are underway. The second period has begun here between Vermont Academy and Kimball Union. We get a quick icing call. We'll head down the other way. So Kimball Union 12-3-1 on the season. 2 of those 3 losses have come in the Lakes region. 1 of those 2 to Vermont Academy. Even with all that, Kimball Union has bounced around between 5th and 6th in the polls for New England much of the season. Peloso brings it up. He's up against the boards, battling it out, trying to get something going, but Kimball Union tried to advance it, sent it up. No icing call as Regan handles that one. And dumps it ahead to Maiscalco, who starts things forward. Kevin Quirk hit up against the boards. Turns it over. Samuelson with Penny. That one bounces up and out. 17:20 remaining as we get another stoppage here. Get a change for Vermont Academy as we'll have Kondub, Rashofsky. Look like Maiscalco and Gerard out there, as well as Gias. So again, now with that second line, we mentioned Moise missing here due to an illness, a last minute scratch for the team, and they are playing this second line with Gias, the Finn, playing forward rather than D. Kondub flicks that one up and into the air. Gias tried to chase it down. Gias takes a swipe at it. It comes back down the other way. As Gias heads to the bench, Cipriano onto the ice. McDonald and Quirk backing up, holding the defensive zone. That one fired by Newhook, saved by Regan. Newhook has it back again. He sends it up high as Kimball Union was looking for the screen but unable to get a shot off. Rashofsky sends it up to Cipriano. Cipriano chasing it in the corner, nobody there to help him out as Heppensteel was late to get back. Turned over, lost opportunity there by Stadheim, who had a little bit of momentum, wiped out, lost the puck in the process. Merritt tries to bring it up along with Logan Cash. Cash up to Merritt. The puck is bouncing around all over the place. No forward movement on that one. As Carl-Antoine Gerard brings it up, Cipriano floats that one in. That won't trouble Dynan. Vermont Academy keeps it in. Heppensteel fires that one just a bit high. Heppensteel did have a goal 2 games ago. He's got 2 on the season. As Peloso's now out there, Krasnow had an opportunity to try to put away a rebound, but Dynan said, nope, I'm not coughing that one up. Took the quick cover as we get a whistle. The first line for Vermont Academy coming back out, we'll have Peloso, Ferreira, and Smith, with McDonald and Quirk back on D. That one up and off the skate of Armstrong. Kimball Union looking to get things going. McDonald and Quirk back. McDonald takes a swipe at it. Still a good shot on goal by Samuelson. An equally nice save by Regan on that one. Smith fighting through two Kimball Union players to try to chase that one down. Over to Peloso, who turns that one back over. Smith pursues behind the goal. Quirk got to get back now. Gerard comes flying out. The Canadian, great job getting back as the fresh legs came off the bench. And Gerard, the French Canadian, got back, preventing anything. Quick snapshot by Kimball Union. The glove by Regan says nope to Penny on that one. Kyle Penny, the senior from Nova Scotia, with that quick shot. But again, a nice job defensively by Gerard, as he saw that break come and got back in time to squash it. This one taken by Kimball Union. Tardif working around the net area. So we'll get a cover up here. Another face-off. 14:25 remaining as McDonald and Quirk come on for Gerard and Metzole. Dore goes to take the face-off against Condub. So we've got the sophomore from Quebec, Dore, wins that one. Sent in by Tardif, wide. Good thing it was, not sure if Regan was screened or not. Condub now working it up. He's got Gias with him. Gias lays into the boards. Nice clean hit. And still some pushing and shoving, as we're going to get a stoppage here. Down in the corner, the official on this one here, as Condub ended up down on the ice, and he went from behind the net to all the way down across the side. The official breaks this one up. We're going to get the roughing call. As Kimball Union, not real happy about it. Let's take another look up against the boards here before we get back to the live action. We'll take another look. And you can see down in the background, there he goes down, and then he continues to pursue him. And I gotta think that that is the reason the penalty. We're still arguing back and forth here, so you aren't missing any live action. We'll cut back to it. As Tim Whitehead is saying there were two pushes in the back from Vermont Academy before. He hasn't gotten any calls, as he's giving Streeter an earful here. But I gotta tell you, if you're gonna hit Condub in the back like that, to the point where he slid from behind the goal to the corner, and the entire time the Kimball Union player Christian Felton was basically following him, staring him down, that's going to land you in the box pretty much every time at every level. So we've got a 2-minute power play, the first of the game for Vermont Academy, as McDonald sends it over to Peloso, gets it back, fires that one, a good save by Dynan. Vermont Academy continues to control it. Ferreira hit up against the boards. We've mentioned several times throughout our broadcast that Vermont Academy's had trouble fired. That one flicked up and in. Vermont Academy has had some trouble handling the physicality of some teams. North Yarmouth early was physical, and they were up 2-1. They ended up eventually dropping that game 6-2, as Vermont Academy was able to break it open. But Berwick using a lot of the same strategy as well. They were very physical, ended up winning that game 2-0. And now Kimball Union imposing their physicality. Vermont Academy has 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on this power play. Able to clear it out. McDonald chases that one down. McDonald backpedaling, tries to get it over to Peloso. Peloso's got to chase it, sends it back over to McDonald. McDonald has Condub. Condub tip pass up to Rashofsky. And Ferreira with him. We've now got a 4-on-2 rush. As Harris fighting, trying to get it away, doing everything he can. McDonald up at the top. Fired from the point by Peloso. That one goes wide. Peloso couldn't keep that one in, as Regan's going to come out and try to play that one. Sends it up to Peloso. Peloso's got Condub and Rashofsky with him, as well as Ferreira. Ferreira controls it up at the point, sends it into Rashofsky, handles it off the skate, and no goal! Rashofsky got it ahead to Condub. Condub didn't even see it. And now a 2-on-2 going the other way, as Armstrong tries to get it over to Samuelson. Samuelson up top. That one's sent in by Klarner, as Vermont Academy regroups with 22 on the power play. They were scored on shorthanded last game, which really hurt them. We'll get a quick call here for the icing. 15 seconds. So a near goal on that one, as we'll see if we can get another peek at it. The shot was, Ferreira was looking for Rashofsky. It was bouncing around Rashofsky. Not sure if he's shooting or getting it to Condub. Goes off his skate, off the inside of the post, but never goes over the line. Bounces back out. And we are 0-0 down in the defensive end of Vermont Academy, with double digits now ticking away, 9 seconds and counting on this power play 5-4 advantage for Vermont Academy. As they nearly got it, unable to do so. A foot race to it. Rashofsky tips it ahead, but Penny comes away with it. Penny tries to center it, unable to do so. Come away with it with the wraparound. As Stadheim took the shot, Regan got a piece of it. Screened, that one bounces just wide. Regan covering from post to post. Vermont Academy got to get this one advanced, and they're unable to do so again, as Condub misses that one. They're able to dump it out, and Ferreira comes away with it. Ferreira trying to look to get a spark going and get his team on top, with Maiscalco down there in the corner as well. Everybody's scrapping for it up against the boards. Heppensteel sends it back down towards Maiscalco. Krasnow checks onto the ice, as does Cipriano. That one kept in by Quirk. Quirk sends it around. Cipriano in chase of Felton, who's back on the ice after that penalty. That one caught like a shortstop by Krasnow and laid down. Cipriano forechecking. Heppensteel, Cipriano, and Krasnow all clustered together there in the center as they get a little spacing now. 10:42 remaining in the second. Still 0-0. Whitehead tries to send it forward and misses him. We'll get the icing call, as Whitehead was looking for the pass to Dore. Wasn't able to hit him on that one. So we mentioned a couple times here, Calvin Moise, the senior from Quebec, 8 goals, 9 assists so far this season, out for the game, and it has been noticeable. Even on that power play, Moyes, normally the guy who plays up at the top of the point. This time it was handled by Peloso. So they had to shift their personnel a little bit, as we've seen quite a bit of Yone Gias playing wing. Gerard battling it out, trying to get it ahead to Rashofsky. Rashofsky takes a bit of the hit from Dore, but still able to advance it. Still, Rashofsky lays it off to Condub. Condub fires that one, saved by Dynan. Rashofsky was waiting for the rebound. It didn't bounce his way. Scrapping up against the boards. The officials keeping a close eye on it, as that one's finally dug out, and will go Kimball Union's way briefly, as Gerard is able to dump it back in. Nobody for VA can touch it, as they're offsides. They'll take advantage of this line shift change. Going for the home run pass. Gets it ahead to Samuelson, who's attacked by Peloso, and we are going to get a whistle on this one. We'll get the tripping call, as the official coming over to report it to the scorer here. The tripping call on the captain from Williston, Vermont, Thomas Samuelson. This will be the second power play for Vermont Academy in the second period here. 2 minutes on the board. Vermont Academy looking to try to take advantage of it. Peloso out there with McDonald. McDonald has it right now. Rashowski, Kondub, and Ferreira complete the lineup. McDonald chases it down. Peloso playing that high position normally covered by Moyes on the power plays. Dylan Regan helps his guys out, rounds that one up for him, as Kimball Union continues to put on the pressure even shorthanded. Kondub and Peloso pressuring as that one's cleared by Kimball. Blake McDonald, Santa Clarita, California native, sends it up to Kondub. Kondub puts it right on the stick of Peloso. That one pops up and into the rafters. We'll get a whistle. 1:07 on the power play, 8:44 on the game clock, as Cipriano and Gerard will head out, as will Rasmus Metsole, the Finn. It'll be interesting to see who is playing where on this power play. It looks like they will go with 2 defensemen and 3 forwards. A lot of times they go with 4 forwards in this setup. But again, with Moyes missing, things change a little bit perhaps. Regan lays it off for Metsole. Metsole has 6 assists on the season, as that pass goes up to Felton, who's got to retreat. Felton has Logan Cash up ahead, trying to work it in himself, as we had the delayed penalty. So Felton tried to work it ahead, as we're looking for some clarification on who did what on this one. We're going to get the hooking call. I believe it's going on Mason Cipriano, the Wolcott, Connecticut junior, as he'll head to the box. So we're going to get 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds, and then a 5-on-4 advantage for Kimball Union for 1:20, as my math skills are stellar. That one sent back and forth between Dolan and Newhook. Newhook sends it over to Dolan. Dolan fires that one, screened. Regan gets the save, closes those pads up. They can't find the 5-hole, as Regan made the initial save. There was a near rebound there, as they were able to close up the hole. Penny tried to jam that one away. Stadheim will take the face-off against Nate Smith, as that one is iced. We'll get another stoppage, so 16 remaining before we go to a 5-on-4 for Kimball Union. We'll get the face-off from Nick Armstrong, the senior from Alexandria, Virginia, going up against Ricky or Nate Smith from Wildwood, Missouri. Smith's got 1 goal this season, but he's got 10 assists. Second on the team in assists, only to Kondub. As Kimball Union works the zone with Christian Felton and Jordan Harris. Harris probably going to send it back over to Felton, as the player for Kimball Union comes out of the box and onto the bench. Thomas Samuelson checks back in. So now for the next 1:15, the power play advantage for Kimball Union, still tied up 0-0, 7:32 remaining in the second. So we're past the midway point. We'll have Rashowski, Kondub, Metsole, and Gerard on this penalty kill. Harris floats that one in there. Regan was not screened, located it without any difficulty, and makes the save. As Coach Whitehead was looking for a better screen on that one. Armstrong lines up for the face-off, going up against Kondub. Kondub comes away with it, gives it to Metsole. Metsole, content to fling it up and off the boards. Rashowski will pursue lightly. As it comes back down the other way. Kimball Union now with Logan Cash. Dumping it off for Samuelson. Up high to Harris. Harris back down to Samuelson, misses him. Cash chasing that one down with Armstrong in the corner. Sends it up high to Harris. Harris floats that one in. Another save by Regan, who decides to sit on it. 35 seconds remaining on the power play. 6:52 remaining in the second. Still 0-0. A heck of a matchup in this Lakes Region rivalry game between the Wildcats and the Wildcats. Both of these teams battling it out. Smith going up on that face-off against Samuelson. Fired from the point, high by Felton. It stays behind the goal. Samuelson sends it over to Harris, who floats it down in. He was looking up high for Felton and missed him. That one will clear out of the zone. 12 seconds remaining. If Kimball Union's going to get something going on this power play, this has got to be the moment. They move it up ahead to Samuelson. Samuelson works it around. Thought about taking the shot. Wasn't able to do so. Great defense by Gerard, who gets that one away. Back to full strength on both sides. That one slides through the crease and out the other side. Harris chases it down in the corner as McDonald flings that one up and through the rafters. The field goal's good. It hits nothing. We stay playing. Peloso sends it on goal, tipped away by Dynan, who's seen so little action lately he might be getting cold, as he hasn't faced nearly the volume of shots that Vermont Academy has hoped he would. As Robbie Ferreira now starts to head up, fires that one off the skate of Harris, the defender, and they're now scrapping around in the corner for it. Ferreira comes away with it, tries to leave it for Heppensteel. Didn't have quite the touch on it, sends it around the net. That one pops up and out of play. 5:21 remaining in the second. Knotted up at 0-0. A double goose egg up on the board so far, and what has been a hard-fought battle on both sides. We'll get Cipriano, Krasnow, and Heppensteel out there with Metsole and Gerard on D. Lost a stick. The official, nice enough to provide delivery service on that one. Face-off controlled by Kimball Union. As Noel tries to send the deep home run pass. That one's taken by the Finn Metsole, who tries to get it out, turns it over in a bad spot. As Egan almost had an opportunity. He's out there with Whitehead. Regan will cover that one up. So Metsole was trying to clear it from behind the net to the boards. Instead, played it right onto the stick of Matt Egan, the Hingham, Mass native, who was unable to complete that one. Regan, the second time, rather than sending it out to his defender, takes the whistle. We'll get a face-off down in the defensive end of Vermont Academy. The quick shot, bouncing around. Regan, nice job to jump on top of that one. He got the initial save with the glove. It popped up in the air, and he went sprawling out Dominic Hasek style to make the save on that one. As Tardif takes the face-off up against Rashofsky. Rashofsky floats it. It's leaning around in the zone. Quirk using that big body to try to control it. As Kimball Union comes away with it, sends it up high to Harris. Harris fires that one off the glass. Playing it behind the net is Tardif. Tardif sends it back around to Carson Moe, who was recently promoted from the junior varsity squad to the varsity squad. Taken by Condub, who tries to float it up and off the boards. It does go out of the zone, but Gius was unable to start a break. Quirk has time. He's got McDonald back there with him. Sends this one up, puts it on the stick of Gius, who tries to get it ahead for Condub. Gius, playing out of position, turns it over. Quirk using that big body up against the board, scrapping for it, trying to get it out. Still scrapping for it, skates and sticks fly. Condub flicks it up and off the boards. It's now chased down by Gius, who's now calling for a sub on the bench. He gets it. Peloso, who came out for him, now pursuing. Smith on the ice as well. Penny was trying to work it ahead as Harris regroups and sends it forward to Armstrong. Armstrong turns it over. That one flicked up and ahead by McDonald, who heads to the bench for Maiscalco. Peloso battling up against the boards at neutral ice. Taken by Smith. And Peloso, as they try to keep it in, do so briefly, but now Kimball Union controlling it as one of the team captains, Bryce Dolan, brings it up. That one pops up and bounces around. 2:43 remaining in the second. Smith battling it out, trying to get something going offensively here for Vermont Academy. As was nearly taken by Samuelson. Smith battling up against the boards. Ferreira getting in on the action as well. As Maiscalco puts on a little bit of a hit. That one bounces up and out. There's going to be no ice as the bench of Kimball Union using some colorful language to explain the fact that they expected an icing call on that one. Didn't get it, but it pops up and into the netting, and we will get a stoppage in play with 2 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the second period, still knotted up at 0-0. We'll get the face-off at the center circle. Hunter Krasnow, the junior from Guilford, 5 goals, 4 assists on the season, takes that face-off and loses the draw to Merritt. Taken up now by Felton. Felton working down behind the goal. Minute 52, no movement there as it finally pops out. Goes up high, sent in, tipped by Felton, still battling around. Merritt down there as well. Logan Cash also in on the play. That one fired from deep. Back up top to Felton. Christian Felton sends it over to Merritt, who sends that one just wide. Arlo Merritt with a nice opportunity. Felton picks that one off, brings it up, fires, save, Regan takes that one off the shoulder. Up high is Drew Bennett, loses that one to Heppensteel. Heppensteel's got Cipriano, it's a 2-on-2. Heppensteel fires that one, the rebound bouncing around, taken away by Hook. Devin Newhook sends it forward to Stadheim. Stadheim battling. He's got Whitehead with him as they scrap down in the corner. That one taken by Gerard and sepped over to Heppensteel. Heppensteel plays it off the boards, gets it out of the zone. Kimball Union will have to reset. They touch up and fly right back. Kimball Union playing good aggressive hockey. A huge hit on Maiscalco as the Finns a little slow to get up as he was shook on that one. Under 30 seconds, a save by Regan. That one used the ramp off the pads. Up and out. 21.4 seconds remaining in the second. We are still at a 0-0 matchup here between Kimball Union and Vermont Academy. As the first line checks in, that'll be Ferreira, Peloso, Smith. As Ferreira will take this face-off against Samuelson. Everybody scrapping for it in a rugby-style scrum as Kevin Quirk, the defenseman, pops it up and out. Chased down by Felton. We're in the single digits. Kimball Union looking for a late shot. Samuelson sends it forward to Harris, but missed him. That was going to be their last opportunity as we are through 2/3 of this game with a 0-0 tie. In this second period, definitely a lot of opportunities for Kimball Union on this one, but unable to beat Dylan Regan at any point in this matchup. So we will head into the third and final period of regulation momentarily here. Quick reminder that today's action is brought to you in part by Brian Noe of SageMark Consulting. Regardless amount of the planning you have done, there comes a time when you need a second opinion from a fee-based advisor. For more information, visit briannoeadvisor.com or give them a call at 860-298-1967. So a 0-0 matchup here in the Lakes region between the Vermont Academy Wildcats and the Kimball Union Wildcats. We will be back live to the Michael Choukas Ice Arena momentarily. We'll see you then.
We out?
Yep.
Okay. Is that heater on?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, put your hand right there.
No. I need to feel it. Oh, I don't think we should add anything.
No.
I can't think of anything we want to add. The only thing I would add
Maybe time of possession or the amount of shots.
yeah.
Kimball Union starting to control possession or something along those lines.
Kimball Union possession.
The freaking stars of the game is going to suck.
She came up to me in the beginning of the period. She goes, "They can see my hood." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
I think she was trying to say was they don't care if I get in your way.
That doesn't sound like that.
Because she kind of rolled her eyes a little bit when you were like this.
Yeah, guess what? I got a job. My job has money on the line. She's always gonna have this job. No one's gonna take her job. My job has money on the line. I'm not playing with house money.
No, we're paid to get the shots. So.
I'm very upset she did that.
And what stinks is if you were down that end, then you'd get the same thing going this way.
Yeah.
So it's like there's really nowhere you could set up unless you plop yourself right in the middle.
I could do it. That's the worst. That's the best part. Is I could do what I'm doing right now. It's very painful. It's very
Yeah,
stressful.
and you shouldn't have to though.
No, it's not the coldness. It's the fact that I'm always against this. I'm always leaning,
Right.
and I have to get.
And you have
every
one
shot.
hand exposed holding equipment. That hand's
Yeah.
got to get colder than everything else.
You say if you had that hand warmer, you should keep it in his pocket.
When am I gonna take my hand off my hand in my pocket? Yeah, I have this.
Oh
Kimball.
man.
Well, you can wear this though.
No.
I don't use it.
Kimball.
I'm not right-handed.
I have an extra pair of gloves in my
Kimball
bag too.
Union.
Just put KUA, Kimball Union Academy, or just shorten it to Kimball.
No,
Detective
KUA.
John Kimball.
I'm gonna put KUA
Possession.
possession. POSS.
POS.
POSS.
Someone Google it.
POSSESSION.
Yeah, I just
Whoa,
looked up, like,
I'm like, I
Say it
just
again.
wrote it down. POSSESSION. And I will double check it for you.
Oh, good. Look at that. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
hey, lean all you want now. Lean all you want.
I know, right?
You got all the room in the world.
I see him like every time you start to go, Mike's like, oh.
I know.
I'm leaning on my phone going, I'm gonna drop this phone.
Well, I was wondering what you were doing. That's why I went over there. I was like,
I need to
help,
see it.
grab
I need to see it. Oh shit stuff. Didn't take on the scoreboard. It's fine.
Hey, I actually did it.
No, I'm not yelling. Same thing.
What?
Voice first, and then the screen. Because he's gonna see the screen and go blah, 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 whatever he does. I don't really listen to you, man. He's
Exactly what he does the whole time.
It's all just Sims babble. What's the Sims?
Yeah. Hello, blue. Chicha, chicha. You're like, what? What are they saying?
It sounds so excited.
No, so as soon as he sees the screen, then he talks. If he sees the screen, you don't have the audio, and then all of a sudden he gets like,
So audio first. And then
audio first, then screen. There you go.
Oh boy.
what am I doing for the end?
For the end?
Yeah.
You got your squad locker stars of the game or what?
Yeah, we're not gonna do a third game somewhere.
Okay.
Cause like, There's no.
You're not gonna have time.
Not gonna have time.
With it
and
being being a tied matchup, it's if something happens, it's gonna happen
last second.
late to change. The stars of the game thing really sucks right now too, because right now it's 2 goalies and I don't have a third.
Well,
but
third
somebody
guy's
could
a
break
tiebreaker.
this open, you know?
Third guy's a tiebreaker.
Right.
Okay, so.
So it's gonna be losing goalie, winning goalie, whoever scores.
No. This is that's funny as that is. That's exactly how I think we should go. Losing goalie, winning goalie, whoever scores.
Yep.
You don't change anything.
Still not telling me to do that.
What?
Still not telling me what to do when the game is over.
When the game is over, just when the game is over.
Should I transition back into that?
Yeah, cut back into that.
And make sure my mic is off.
Yeah, make sure Mike, don't even do that. Just cut the sound altogether, cut to this, and then I'm gonna deal with it. But you need to give me a tap when it's done. And Mike, have you real dick here?
Yeah.
You know you do those nice long post-game shows? Yeah,
His hands are cold.
my hand is cold.
Okay.
I look forward to the end of the game.
So basically,
What if it goes into overtime?
I punch you in the mouth.
so basically, at the end of the game, whatever that ends,
Right.
I just shut all the sound off. Period. After he's done talking,
And switch to the highlight reel.
and then
Yeah.
just switch over to the highlight
Yeah,
reel.
because he's gonna go, Mike gives you a very clear, we're done. Thank you and good night. Good night, this is what you do. Good night. 1, 2, cut this out, transition over. Because thank you and good night, and then it's gonna be like a second of like, I'm gonna try to, zoom in on this and get everything going. Guess what? I can't use that tripod. I don't know about you. First of all, was there a lot of artifacting? Fuck.
No more than usual. Though.
Okay, that's important.
It just looks worse because it's colorful. Like there's some red in there.
But like, this is what I have to do now. This is my life now for the rest of it.
You set a precedent.
I try to set a
But the
precedent.
view looks nice, and you can get all over here. It's great.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
This
We're
is
gaining.
This is where most of the action happens. I think.
The only person who's really getting fucked here is me.
By action, I mean this much.
And I'm getting paid well for this.
So I don't understand what she was saying though.
Neither do I. She was just like, they can see
Like who? Who can see it?
it. I guess there's
I
people
think
watching over
I
here.
think people are watching. They're like, "Lady, you're away."
That's more reason for her to move then. Like if they're watching it. Welcome back to Vermont Academy as we are in a 0-0 tie heading into the third period. Your MVP game summary. As we mentioned early on and throughout the broadcast, Calvin Moyes is missing due to an illness that has definitely affected the offensive pace of Vermont Academy. The goaltending on both sides has been superb, but KUA starting to gain possession as they've had many more opportunities and shots in this one as we are underway here in the third. So Kimball Union started to assert their dominance a little bit. This has been a physical game with a relatively few amount of whistles. The refs letting everybody play on plays like that, as that one's sent out front by Kimball Union, who tries to consider wrapping it around. Instead, sends it up high to Bryce Dolan, one of the team captains, the senior defenseman from Barrington, Rhode Island. Scrapping down in the corner is Quirk and McDonald. Kimball comes away with it, unable to convert on that opportunity. Samuelson was floating in on the back door there, almost got a good look at it. He'll chase it down up against the boards. He's got Harris up high if he wants him. Decides to keep it, sends it over to Dolan, who fires that one up and out into the netting. We'll get wholesale changes on both sides. 16:54 remaining in regulation. Still 0-0. So this is that second line. This is the one we've seen the change for Vermont Academy. So we've got Rashofsky, Kondub, and Gias. Regan jumps on that one, slides out of the net, covers it up. So we mentioned the junior Finn playing a bit of wing. as they've been putting Maiscalco back on D along with Gerard, McDonald, and Quirk. We've yet to see any Ogden or Nate Gordon in the lineup yet today, to my knowledge. No Dranfield either. So VA rolling with what they got as they battle behind the net. Regan covers the post. That one was a centering pass, almost got through to Logan Cash. Instead goes through the legs. Condub sends it down. Gius chases. Gius up against the board with Condub, tries to get it to Rashofsky. That one's tipped. Gerard up against the blue line protecting. That one fired by Rashofsky up and into space as that one hit the netting, and we get the whistle with 16-17 remaining in the third. Rashofsky, 7 goals, 8 assists on the season. A potent scorer. That one deflected out. We'll get the third line, the Connecticut line, as I refer to them, from Hunter Krasnow, Mason Cipriano, and Stephen Heppensteel. With Quirk and McDonald back on D. McDonald handles it, tries to send it in. Quirk will now chase it down. That one bounces up and out of the zone, controlled by McDonald, who sends it in. Cipriano in pursuit. Cipriano chasing up against the boards, controlled by Kimball Union, who tried the forwarding pass to Whitehead, but wasn't able to get him. Krasnow scrapping for it with Whitehead. Whitehead comes away with it, sends it over to Egan. Egan will retreat into his own zone, pressured by Cipriano. Nice job by Cipriano keeping up the pressure. Vermont Academy's got to stay aggressive in this 0-0 matchup, where more time of possession was called by Kimball Union in the second period. Well played with the hand pass. Vermont Academy was looking for the offsides there, didn't get the whistle. Fortunate to come away with nothing as Heppensteel plays it up and off the boards. Now taken ahead by McDonald, fires it, deflected. It was heading towards the goalie, ended up high. As McDonald tries to keep that one in, unable to do so, Smith will send it up to Gerard. Gerard, the French-Canadian from Quebec, dumps it down in. Maiscalco chases down Harris in the corner. We are under 15 minutes as that one's floated. Dore in pursuit, nearly got to it first, unable to do so. And that one is cleared. Everybody will have to get back and reset as Bryce Dolan brings it forward. Gerard fighting for it. Up against the boards. Kimball Union looking for an opportunity. Harris in the corner. He's got Dolan and Tardif floating around. It ends up on the stick of Dolan. As that one's flicked in and controlled by Regan. A wipeout by Maiscalco, who loses possession of it deep in his own end. As Maiscalco was going backwards and just kind of lost it. Tardif flings it in. And KU will take advantage of this time to get a line change. Quirk tries to send it up. Picked off by Armstrong. Armstrong and Samuelson work it ahead. It's a 2-on-4, maybe 2-on-5, as now the zone is set. Off the skate of Jordan Harris. Up and out, back to neutral ice. This one taken by Kyle Penny, played off the boards to Harris. Harris goes to shoot, and after it was deflected, not much on that one, and ended up trickling in to Dylan Regan. 13:34 remaining in the third. If you're just joining us, it's been a back and forth battle. Both goalies, Dylan Regan and Sean Dynan, doing a superb job in keeping this one a shutout. Regan's faced more shots for certain, but Dynan doing a great job as well. That one's sent up high. It'll be floated in by Newhook. Regan able to get the glove on it. It was going slightly wide, but smart play by Regan to cover that one up. Take the whistle. 13:24 remaining. Devin Newhook from Newfoundland, as are several of his teammates. That face-off taken by Drew Bennett for Kimball Union. Vermont Academy gets it ahead to Condub. Condub starts the break. He's got Rashofsky and Gius helping him out. Gius with the hit up against the boards. Condub backtracks, chases it down. Sends it over to to Gerard, who's hit up against the boards. Mason Cipriano now out there. Cipriano's got an opportunity, gets it ahead to Condom, unable to do anything with it. Off the skate, still not gathered up. As Dining got a little sloppy with it, now coming down the other way is Bennett. Bennett ahead to Logan Cash. Centering, Seth Stadheim with an opportunity there. Got a piece of it. He was waiting there centered. The pass made its way through, and Dylan Regan able to react quick enough to cover that one up. Another opportunity for Kimball Union, as we'll get the junior Seth Stadheim from Lyme, New Hampshire on the faceoff. He went up against Krasnow. Krasnow won that one. A good hit up against the boards. Again, no whistles as the refs are letting him play. Krasnow working it up. Cipriano and McDonald sit back in the zone, as does Quirk. Heppensteel sends it wide. Cipriano now chasing it down. Flicked up and out by Klarner, who rather than going for the pass sends in the shot directly into the glove of Regan, who's racking up the save total here. 11:56. So still a lot of time, still a lot can happen. Samuelson facing off against Ferreira as the first line is out. Peloso looking to send it ahead to Ferreira. It's going to make its way through the defenseman. Harris chasing it down, did a nice job getting back. Metsole took a hack at it, missed. As now the momentum shifts back the other way. Bouncing around, they're celebrating, and they're gonna get a goal on that one. It was rolling back. Regan ended up in the net. As Vermont Academy arguing their case, the officials still talking it up here. We're looking for an interference call here. Dylan Regan did get knocked back into his own goal. The puck ended up in there as well. The officials now discussing it. Let's see if we can take another look at it while they sort this one out. So there it came in. He was sliding into him. Boy, that's going to be a tough call for the officials, as number 21, Nick Armstrong, brought it in. Both of these coaches anxiously waiting to see if this one's going to count or not. And all the indication is it is a goal. So Nick Armstrong, with a little bit of contact, hit the deck, continued to push it forward. It landed in Regan's lap. Regan ended up in the net, and so did the puck. So that is a goal for Nick Armstrong, the senior from Alexandria, Virginia, as we break this tie. Robbie Ferreira still having a discussion with the officials, saying, you know, he slid into my goalie. What do you want us to do? But that's the breaks, as Ferreira will have to get off the ice, as this is not his line shift. They're still talking it down here. Ferreira and Coach Davidson not real pleased with this call, as this is a big turning moment, a controversial one here at Vermont Academy. What was a 0-0 game throughout, up until 11 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in it, is now on. Davidson not happy with that. The official ruling is a goal for Armstrong. We're back to live action on the faceoff here. The official saying that Armstrong was pushed from behind. It was not his own moment. Saved by Regan, who covers this one up. But the official saying the push was from behind, which caused that momentum to send Armstrong into the goalie. It was not of his own volition. And thus, no call and the goal. So that is the deciding factor at this moment. Vermont Academy has to be resilient, put it out of their mind, and get it ahead, as we had a decent hit up against the boards. Battling up against the side. Sends this one to Rashofsky. Rashofsky tips it up ahead. That one stick handled by Dynan, who sends it around behind his own goal. Nice behind the back pass by Samuelson, who gets it ahead to Armstrong, the goal scorer. That one floated in, just barely handled by Regan. He got the stick to it, almost corralled it into his own pads, which could have been dangerous as Condub pops it up and ahead for Gias before he hits the bench. We'll get Heppensteel out. Gias checking out for Cipriano. This one controlled by Harris. Harris has Dolan up high as well. Flicks that one in. Tipped around, nearly tipped by Samuelson, but it harmlessly floats wide of the net. Regan gets a stick to that one. Samuelson pressuring, as is Penny. Now coming back down the other way. This one chased down by Gerard. Gerard has Heppensteel, takes the hit up against the boards. Cipriano tried to center it to Krasnow, just missed him as Krasnow was coming in a little late. Gerard turned it over but gets the whistle for the offsides, as we've got 9:49 remaining in this game, unless Vermont Academy able to tie it up and send it to overtime. Ferreira on the face-off. First time he's touched the ice since the goal was scored. He's got Smith and Peloso with him. This is the first line, provides quite a bit of offense. That one's turned over as that one fired high by Kimball Union. Newhook clears it out of his own zone as they try to get it ahead to Whitehead, who's now chasing it down. Sent behind their own goal. Vermont Academy looking to regroup. That one sent off the skate. And going back up the other way. Here comes Peloso. Peloso loses the handle on it. Turned over and taken by Egan. Egan gets it ahead to Stadheim, who's put down on the ice. We're going to get a whistle on that one. That's going to go ahead and be Nate Smith, if I had to put dollars to donuts, as he will head straight to the box instead of the bench. He knows it was on him. As official Nichols with the official call, hooking on Nate Smith, the Missouri native. So now a precarious situation here. 9 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the third. A 1-0 advantage for Kimball Union and a 2-minute power play. This one taken by Harris and dumped by Condon. Harris will chase it down. He's got Felton back there with him. Felton will bring it up. Looking for Logan Cash in the middle. Sends it in, saved by Regan, still out there as Samuelson followed it up. A nice clearance by Vermont Academy as they've killed the first 30 seconds of this power play. They've got to keep this at 1-0 if they want to climb back into this. 8:25 and ticking, 1:24 on the power play. That one sent out wide to Armstrong. Armstrong's got the game's only goal. Sends that one up high to Jordan Harris. Harris sends it over to Felton, who gets the shot off. Regan tried to cover it up, unable to get it. It's going to go back to Felton. He's going to fire that one again. The follow-up, what a save by Regan! Unbelievable. He gets from post to post. Got a piece of glove and mask on it. Fired this one still in live, as that one was shot deep from Samuelson. As Regan single-handedly keeping Vermont Academy alive on this power play. Harris sends it over to Felton, back over to Harris. 39 seconds seems like an eternity on this power play. That one floated in by Samuelson. The save. Let's take a quick look at that one. Unbelievable. As we check out this replay, he's on the far post. It's coming around. Here's the initial shot sent in. There's the rebound. Great awareness. Sent in and gets from corner to corner. Makes the initial save. Makes the follow-up save. Dylan Regan lights out as we cut back to live action here in Saxtons River, Vermont, on the campus of Vermont Academy Rashofsky looking for Condom. It's a 2-on-4 as they are shorthanded on this 5-on-4 power play. They're trying to get something going shorthanded as Egan flicks it up ahead to Armstrong, who sends it down in and flicked back out by Vermont Academy. We'll be back to full strength in 5 seconds with 7 on the game clock. Kyle Penny flying up with an individual effort, puts it right on the stick of Egan. Covered up the whistle for Dylan Regan, who jumps on that one. So we are back to full strength. 5-on-5 hockey for the next 6:55, maybe. As Vermont Academy has a little different lineup out there, as we've got Hunter Krasnow out there with Rashofsky and Condom. So we're now seeing Krasnow in place of Moyes, which was previously Gias. So maybe looking to get some offense going. Vermont Academy is unable to advance it as they had a player down, Condom, the far end. He had to get back. Here's the line shift change as line number 1 comes back out. Smith, Ferreira, Peloso. That centering pass just barely misses. Dolan's going to corral it in the corner. Scrapping for it is Smith. Still up against the boards. Maiscalco puts in a little bit of a hit. Handled in front of the net. Falling down is VA. Ferreira tried to get it out of there. That one shot, nope, fakes the shot deep is Harris and sends it in. Back up top to Harris. Harris dumps it down in behind the goal. That one played off. On his knees is Gerard. Still able to get it ahead and out of the zone. Nice play. Dolan turns it over as Dynan, the keeper, comes out to handle that one. Kept in, deflected, almost up and into the glove of the goalie. Peloso got the deflection off of that McDonald shot as Quirk gets a piece of it, and it's a foot race over to the corner between Samuelson and Quirk. Quirk using that big physical body to muscle that one out of there. Nice job by the senior Kevin Quirk. Gets it up ahead to Krasnow. Krasnow sends it in, the save by Dynan. McDonald fires that one. It never makes its way through. Heppensteel and Cipriano do their best to keep it in, unable to do so. Regan, even though it was sent in from deep, sees the white jersey flying his way and decides to take the cover. We're at 5-minute mark, and we are to the point now where time is becoming a factor for Vermont Academy. Frustration starting to mount as these kids head to the bench. We've got both Finns out there, Maiscalco and Gias, as Kimball Union fires it. Another good save by Regan on that shot by Samuelson. That one goes out of the zone. Everybody's going to have to reset for KU. Maiscalco tries the cross-ice pass to Condom. Not quite sure what he was looking for on that one. There were about 3 white jerseys in the way. As Gias, Rashofsky, and Condom are out there. Battling down in the corner. Up against the board. Still scrapping for it. Anybody's possession at this point. Regan takes his stick, pokes it back. Goes down around the other end. As Gias tries to play it. Little pushing and shoving up high. This one's going to be sent in. Quick glove save by Regan on that shot by Andrew Knoll, the sophomore from Maynard, Mass. So with no screen on that one, Regan located it, coming straight at him, snaps it up with the glove save. 4 minutes, 5 seconds remaining. Face off down in the defensive zone of Vermont Academy. McDonald in the corner, takes a shot up against the board, still fighting to try to get it up. That one floating around and in. A terrible turnover by Vermont Academy right in front of their own goal, and they basically handed it to Kimball Union for the easy stuff away. Dylan Regan with no chance on that one. Let's cue that up for another look. We'll see if we can get the official on who tipped it in. So battling in the corner, It's floating out now. Right here, they have a chance to just clear it. The puck's bouncing a little bit off his own player's skate. Tipped around and in. As we get back to the live action here, 3 minutes and 50 seconds, a 2-0 advantage. Intercepted by Kondub. Tries to make the most of the opportunity. Cipriano down there with him. Rashofsky helping out. Cipriano battling in the corner, sends it up high to Metsole. Metsole fires it right off the skate of Arlo Merritt. That one turned over, sent ahead for the centering pass. Almost had another opportunity there for a one-timer, as it was Bennett trying to get it over to Logan Cash. Cash is the one who corrals it in now. It's a 1-on-3. Still gets the shot off, as Kimball Union with the 2-0 advantage continues to be aggressive. That one sent over to Felton. Chipped away. Felton regroups. Rashofsky content to send it down with under 3 minutes and head over to the bench. Vermont Academy sends Smith, Ferreira, and Peloso back out, as Dolan dumps it down to Stadheim. Now heading in the other direction. Smith unable to get the stick on it. And coming down on the far end is Egan. As that one goes back out, we're under 2.5. That one pops up in the air. Smith unable to handle it. McDonald will take it in retreat. Sends it up to Peloso. Peloso was looking for Ferreira but couldn't control the puck before he could get it ahead to him. Smith now back to McDonald, around the net to Quirk. Quirk sends it up to Ferreira. Ferreira looks to try to get the break going, hits Smith right on the stick to Peloso, and they're going to give him the offsides call here. As Peloso made a break on the puck with the pass from Smith, and boy, that was close. 2 minutes, 3 seconds remaining. What looked to be a great opportunity for Vermont Academy, now squandered on the offsides call. Kondub will take this face-off against Armstrong. Armstrong had the first goal of the game. This one taken in by Samuelson. Regan able to come away with it. That one tipped up and into the zone of KU. Kondub has to retreat, as he had Armstrong all over him. Turns that one over. Krasnow comes away with it, tries to center it to Rashofsky. Now battling down in the corner. Metsole's got to get up and in there, keep it in. He does. Kondub flicks it up and off the rafters. We've got 1:25 remaining in this one. 2-0 advantage. For Kimball Union, 1:25. Ferreira on the face-off. As this one goes far side, it is no icing. Quirk's got to chase it down in the corner. He does so. Smith turns it over. And that one was just too easy. Top shelf on that one. Number 20, Arlo Merritt. As Regan hung out to dry like a cheap pair of socks. 3-0 now. This one's gotten out of hand. Let's take another quick look at that one. The 1-on-1, it was almost a 3-on-1. Poor Dylan Regan. Nothing he could do about that one. As we're back to live action, was just over a minute remaining in this one. Kimball Union still aggressive. They fire another one. That one up and off the boards. As VA may be trying to get a consolation goal and not get shut out 2 games in a row. You've got to be concerned about your offense. 2-0 to Berwick, now 3-0 to Kimball. The VA offense just not clicking. The missing Calvin Moyes today certainly didn't help things. But so many more opportunities for Kimball as Mason Cipriano plays it ahead to Rashofsky, puts it right on a stick. Rashofsky with a nice individual move, tries to get through. but unable to get by Newhook as we are under 20 seconds in this matchup. Just about to the horn, 5 seconds remaining. Kimball Union looks to go ahead and kill this one off, and that'll do it. So Kimball Union came into the third period tied 0-0. It ends up 3-0 to wrap this game up as we have our squad locker 3 stars of the game. The number 3, you've got to give it to Dylan Regan. He did everything he could to keep Vermont Academy in this one. An outstanding effort, even though he did give up 3 goals. 2 of those he was absolutely hung out on. He faced a huge shot volume. On the other end, for Kimball Union, you've got number 21, Nick Armstrong, the senior from Alexandria, Virginia. He put in the first goal that busted this one open and was a real difference maker, got the momentum. And you've got to give the number 1 player of the game to the man who wears number 1, Sean Dynan, the senior from Reading, Mass. Pitches the shutout. Didn't face quite the volume of shots that Regan did, but everything that came his way, he was able to stop, as Kimball Union now advances their record to 13 wins, 3 losses, 1 tie, and takes this Lakes Region matchup. Vermont Academy falls to 8-5-2, and the offensive struggles continue as they were shut out by Berwick on Sunday, 2-0, and now shut out by Kimball Union, 3-0 in this one. So as we wrap up from Vermont Academy, the Michael Choukas Ice Arena, our final is 3-0. We have a special thanks to Wooter Apparel, as well as Justin Coet and Stephanie Del Bono, all the staff from Memory to Video Productions, for all of their excellent efforts in making this broadcast possible today. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Mike Maiscalco. Once again, our final, Kimball Union 3, Vermont Academy 0. Thank you and good evening, everyone.